All right, we're live. How y'all doing today? This is Zachary Jennings. I'm here with Tony. Say
How's
hi there.
everybody doing this evening?
Yeah, we're just kind of watching this line here, as you can see on my screen. This line has started to, it's been kind of off and on. We've seen it kind of pulls up back here over, I guess it'd be Southern Illinois and pretty much Eastern Missouri. It's been kind of off and on, but right now there is no warnings on it. So that's what we're kind of having to watch. Metro, I know the Mount Vernon area, that storm is bearing down on you right now in Illinois. And that's going to be moving into the tri-state here. I mean, it's pretty much right on the county's, pretty much on our county's lines here as it moves into the area. Right now, no warnings, but definitely some pretty strong thunderstorms. And I think, really this might be pumping out some severe winds because there has been reports back here. I see a tree blowing down. There was a 60-mile-per-hour gust up here not too long ago as well from the same part of the storm. So we'll have to keep an eye on this to see if they decide to issue another warning on it. Tony, you have anything?
Also, out ahead of this line of thunderstorms, we do have some non-severe thunderstorm wind damage reports. One coming out of the east side of Evansville, where there's currently 538 customers on the east side without power, and those are not associated with any thunderstorms. Those are non-thunderstorm. That's a non-thunderstorm wind damage report.
Yeah, and I think it's starting to actually be picked up on radar more because these little showers is what I think is doing it. These line of showers, like right here, I think that's the one that produced that that non-thunderstorm wind gust in Evansville. I think because if you watch it, if I let me see if it'll go back far enough, and you see it right there, boom, sir, that report comes up from Evansville about all the power outages. So these little lines like this, which we have another one about to come through Evansville and Henderson and Corden area. And also up there, I guess as far north as Poseyville, Indiana. I know this line is probably going to do the same. It'll probably have some strong gusts with it. And as you see, yeah, definitely has some strong gusts with it. So expect another strong gust here just in no time with Evansville as these little lines kind of move through out ahead of the main line. So, yeah, it's we'll definitely have to watch this. I know the only warning we have that's kind of near us is the one way up here, and this is going to be heading toward the Indianapolis area. It's going to be hitting toward Terre Haute, and of course, actually, this part of the line might be heading right for where Nathan is in the Martinsville area. So I'm sure he'll probably get woken up for too long, kind of filling in for him. So we'll have to keep an eye on this stuff as this moves in. Of course, this whole line is going to be starting to move from west to east across the tri-state. But luckily, right now, it doesn't look like it's going to be too big of a big threat. Just some wind threat. Damaging wind threat is the biggest problem I think we're going to have to deal with tonight. We've had a few questions on the weather page and everything, and I said we'd go live to a couple of those. And here we are. No severe thunderstorms at the moment, so that's a good sign. But we'll see how this goes as it progresses through the tri-state. So, Tony, I'll let you see if you have anything else for.
And also, as this line has been moving to the east and slightly southeast, we've watched it grow a little bit further. It's trying to grow a little bit further to the south. So we're going to keep an eye on it. Like Zach said, we're not expecting anything big. We could have a few isolated damaging wind gusts. That would be about it. No major threat.
Yeah, I'm waiting on the next radar scan here to come through because I am waiting to see if warning. I want to see if there's what the current news radar comes up to see, and then also want to see if if the National Weather Service is going to issue anything. This part right here, Mount Vernon, Illinois, that's what I'm really watching because that's a pretty strong thunderstorm how it looks, and it is showing some pretty strong winds with it as well. So I think that we may have to keep an eye on that for warning. That part of the storm right there, that'll probably be our best chance for warning in the tri-state right here, I'd say. Maybe up here in the Aurora, Illinois, and just move through Louisville, Illinois. So that'll be something we'll have to watch as well. North of Carbondale, you got another thunderstorm bearing. It's another stronger part of the line right here starting to form. That's kind of what he was talking about, the southern extent. That's what we'll be kind of watching this part of the line that's been trying to power back up again. And that looks to be heading pretty much. We'll kind of put it in motion. The strongest part of that line is going to be moving north of Carbondale, probably on DeSoto, but kind of the strongest part I think is moved north of there. But like I said, I think the most significant thunderstorm has just moved to Mount Vernon, Illinois, and is pretty much bearing down between Bonnie and Belle Rive. I'm not sure if that's supposed to, yeah, I guess that's Belle Rive, I guess, Illinois.
Yes, Belle Rive.
Yeah. So in that part of the line will be heading pretty much, it's kind of moving to the east. With it kind of has a slight northern turn, it looks like, to it. So this will probably move into the Princeton area eventually. You know, we'll have to watch to see if it goes. I don't know. I'm kind of seeing some northern extent push into it a little bit. But mainly due east, though. I mean, it's pretty much pushing due east. So where you see it moving?
Exactly. That is a thunderstorm down here on the Polsey-Vandenberg County line. I can hear the thunder off in the distance as it's moving in from the west.
Yeah. So that's this storm right here. That's moving through the Smithfields and Caborn, Indiana areas, just moving through Mount Vernon. That's going to be pushing off to the east as well. And that's going to be hitting right into Evansville, Henderson, and looks like I think this might miss Owensboro, but eventually that'll be way out. You know, it's going to be a little bit till it gets there, but definitely Evansville, Henderson, you're going to probably have a little thunderstorm move through here. And I'd say probably some wind with that as well. Yeah, I'd say there's probably going to be some wind with that as well. So we'll probably have a good little gust from that as well. Let's hope no more power to just happen, though, because of it. Can use this tool to. Yeah, this is the inrut. It kind of picks up rotation. It's kind of the shear, I guess, really is what it's more for. And it kind of picks up really strong wind sometimes. You see one up there where that warning is up north. I just kind of look at it here and there to kind of get a viewing on all this. So yeah, a lot of thunderstorms and showers forming ahead of this line, which may help kind of keep this line powered down even more. I think it might help weaken it even more with all these showers and thunderstorms forming out ahead of it. But like we were saying, we're definitely got to watch for a damaging wind threat with this. Even in little lines like this, because of course we just seen that. You know, I think we did see this one pretty much do what this did, where it knocked out almost 500, a little over 500 500 customers. So in Evansville area. Have we heard any reports? Have you heard anything else about throughout the tri-state? I know because I know these same lines and wind is. I know all across the tri-state they've been seeing this. I wasn't sure. Have you heard anything else about reports of major power outages or anything like that?
So far, Evansville is the only one that I've heard.
Yeah,
come across the board.
Alrighty. Yeah, that's what I wasn't sure. I hadn't really heard anything else from other areas. So if y'all have anything, send it to the page. I think, Tony, are you watching the page pretty closely?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, Tony will be able to see it for us. So if you hear any damage outside the, throughout the entire tri-state, including Evansville, of course, feel free to send it our way, pictures, or just if you don't have a picture, just send it as what you're seeing, and we can kind of get it out there, kind of giving a heads up to other people that might have to deal with, the same situation. So that, it's always helpful to get some eyewitness reports pretty much like that.
And looking at some of the power outage reports, it looks like they're getting it under control. There's about 13 customers in Mount Vernon, Indiana, without power. And on the southeast side of Evansville, 71 customers are without power. The northeast side, 50 customers are without power. The east side, south of the Lloyd Expressway, 19 customers, and the east side, north of the Lloyd Expressway, 6 customers. So it sounds like they're beginning to get the power out on. Sounds like the majority of the power of the 538 customers that were without power on the east side have gotten their power back.
Okay, yeah, that's a good thing then. So they're working really quickly to get everything back online then. Yeah, well, I think they'll have to watch this right here. I bet, because you said Mount Vernon, Indiana. I wonder if did that just happen? I wonder, because I'm wondering if this is the line that did it right here. That's what I'm starting to wonder about. I don't know if it was the same one that hit Evansville that did it, or if it's this one.
Not really sure. It just shows the estimated time that the power could be back on. That's anywhere from 2 a.m. to 6 a.m.
Okay. See, I'm not really sure. Yeah, we'll have to see. This line just moved through the Mount Vernon area, so it would make sense if there is power outages there. Either way, it makes sense. I know. So, yeah, I think we might have to watch this line right here then, see if there any more strong winds come through it from it. And yeah, we'll just have to keep an eye on that one. because it's pushing in pretty much. It's about to push into the west side of Evansville here, and also the west side of Henderson as well. So this will be pushing right through the area.
I'm gonna check the lightning tracker and see if we have any cloudy ground lightning strikes coming off of that.
All right. By the way, this line just moved to the Mount Vernon area in Illinois. So this is starting to push into our tri-state. So that's starting to push through the. It's pretty. I think I guess the tri-state officially starts where McLeansboro, Illinois, is, isn't it? I think that's correct.
That is correct.
Yeah. So yeah, this is about to be pushing into the actual tri-state area. I think we do have some followers up in the Mount Vernon, Illinois area. So I know we all just had that storm move through. Yeah, McLeansboro, you're gonna be under the gun soon. Mill Shoals, Illinois, you're gonna be under the gun, and this is gonna be moving pretty much right through the areas.
And taking a look at the lightning tracker, that thunderstorm is moving into Evansville. There currently are no cloudy ground lightning strikes.
Yeah. So that's a good sign. So lightning might not be too big of a threat with this little bitty storm here. So that'll kind of help as well. I know the cloudy ground lightning could also cause a lot of power outages at times, so it's something we always have to watch. So at least we have that much going for us. This line though, yeah, we're have to keep an eye on this. I know I'm hoping because this is the pretty strong part of the storm, and I'm kind of watching it to make sure it doesn't go. If it powers up down here toward the Bonnie, Illinois area and the Cesar, Illinois, that'll kind of head right for the same area as Crossville and Poseyville, the areas that were hit really hard just last week. So I'm hoping that's not the case. Hopefully this line will stay weak and below severe limits because these areas have already been affected really hard, and I'm sure these guys don't want to. They don't need to see anything at all really to pretty much make their help. They just don't need anything to work against them really out there. So we'll just keep an eye on that, though. I think the strongest part of this line, though, right now is going to be moving pretty much along the I-64 corridor right now. That's going to is probably just going to follow that mainly, just kind of north of it. So that will be kind of something we'll have to watch. Fort Branch, Princeton, eventually, that'll be something we'll have to watch. This is, but this is pretty far out, though, luckily. We probably still got an hour before that even comes into view, really, of this storm. I know these storms have been moving pretty quickly. Let's see how quickly. Yeah, 65 miles an hour. So yeah, these are moving really quickly, but you probably still have about 30 minutes an hour before this lands into your area. So maybe by then it'll weaken significantly, as it has been already. And we'll get through this even more uneventful than it's supposed to be. So yeah, I'm seeing if there's anything. All right, so yeah, that part of by the way, that little thunderstorms and pretty much pretty much rain shower, how it sounds because not much lightning with it, is moving into the looks like moving into the east side of Evansville now, or west side of Evansville, sorry. And it's also kind of missing. Looks like it's kind of dying out on the southern side here, so that's a good sign for Henderson. They're just gonna get the really far southern extent of this. But yeah, Evansville will have to keep an eye on this. Make sure. I don't know how. I can't really tell how strong the winds are. Kind of got a bad scan just now, so I'm not really sure how. Yeah, it looks like it's below severe limits right now at the moment. But I know Tony, you're in Evansville, so you'll have a good view on this here in just a second as it bears down on you, and we'll get a kind of idea if this is packing a punch or not.
It's weakening as it moves in.
Yeah, that's a good sign. So yeah, maybe Evansville will hopefully get through this without having any more damaging wind like that where it'll knock out power. So yeah, that's something we'll have to keep an eye on though. This little part of this line right here kind of did it too. That kind of looks like that's kind of the main thing right now. There's just a bunch of little scattering of thunderstorms all throughout southern Illinois and even parts of West Kentucky, and moving up into southern Illinois. So or Indiana, southern Indiana. So that's something we'll kind of have to keep an eye on to see how much it affects this line here too. Line definitely seems to be pretty strong though, Tony. As you look at it, it's see a lot of purple and pink and dark reds. So we'll have to keep an eye on that and make sure it's not going to go severe on us here. Yeah, Tony, I know we have some spotters on our spotter channel. Looks like chatting. Have they said anything else about the anything else from their point of views?
They haven't said anything in the past few minutes. David just mentioned that they are getting some pretty good wind gusts down in the Madisonville area ahead of the line.
Yeah, and that's something that's been really impressive with this so far. The really strong wind gusts all ahead of this line here. Something we've had to deal with a lot of. Of course, that's what that's pretty much what caused Evansville damage. So I've heard a lot of big wind gusts hit the house here in Owensboro as well. I'm pretty much right here on the southeast side or the north, I guess, kind of central east side, and yeah, it's definitely been a lot of strong wind gusts tonight. So we'll have to keep an eye on that just to make sure it doesn't cause any damage because there has been some pretty intense wind gusts at times. I don't know how strong I don't know if I heard anything about the strongest wind gust so far tonight. I'm sure they'll have some type of thing. I'm sure about later on talking about some of the strong wind gusts that are picked up before the storms. Yeah, Tony, have you heard anything about numbers on that? By the way.
Not at the present time.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I haven't really heard anything about it. Yeah, I haven't heard anything about numbers either. I think I did see a number a while earlier. It was like a 45-mile-per-hour wind gust, I think, down in West Kentucky somewhere. I can't remember exactly where. I thought I saw something earlier about that. That was early this evening, though. So, yeah, I think that's definitely some big wind gusts, but I'm not really sure. You don't hold that against me because I'm not really sure if that was correct or not. I just remember seeing something down there that was around that wind. I thought I said around that wind. It was an all-thunderstorm wind gust. So definitely a pretty significant wind, even without a thunderstorm. So we'll have to keep an eye on that as it moves through. So Fairfield, Illinois, I know that y'all part of the tri-state here. This line is about to move through your area now. We'll put it in motion here. Moving off pretty much to the east very quickly. So it'll be in the Fairfield, Illinois area within no time. We'll have to watch out for the Mill Shoals area, North City, McLeansboro, of course, Carmel, Illinois, eventually, and then Mount Carmel. We'll have to keep an eye on those areas, and then we'll see as it pushes off crosses into Indiana, and then we'll start talking about those areas. Hopefully, though, we can get through this all uneventful and without any warnings. That'd be really nice, without any damage, of course, from those strong wind gusts that have been being produced. So, yeah, Tony, you have any more updates at all?
No more updates.
Okay. So we're gonna keep an eye on this velocity here. That's kind of the main thing we gotta keep an eye on, and we'll just see if this decides to do anything. Right now, we're just kind of waiting to see if they decide to go with a warning for any of these thunderstorms. They are pretty strong at the moment. Definitely going to deal with some strong wind gusts at least, and it's a really heavy rain and probably some cloud ground lightning. Let me see. Let me look at the drive here. We'll see if there's any. Yeah, there might even be some small hail in this as well, as you tell. I mean, it's really a low end, so it's probably not dropping much if there is. We'll kind of go back. It's kind of off and on, but it is starting to pick up some. There's something in there. So you could see some small hail as well. We'll just have to keep an eye on that throughout this line. But right now, I don't think it's probably reaching the ground right now. But it's definitely, if it continues to intensify, it definitely will. Yeah, we're just gonna keep an eye on this as this line moves through. Tony, you want to go off air for a little bit here and we'll just come back on if the warning pops?
Yeah, we'll jump off air for a little bit, and we'll keep an eye on this line back to the west that's set to move into the heart of the tri-state, and we'll jump right back on if any warnings pop up.
Yeah. Just want to give you this update real quick. I know we, it's a lot easier actually to give you all these live updates like this because it's live. You can watch it right now, and you also go back and watch it later on a little bit. So, it's kind of nice to have these type of updates where we can get all of our information out and get the information into your hands. So that's kind of what we're going to be doing. You'll see us go live all throughout the spring, even for non-severe weather events like we have it right now. you know, we're going to be here all spring long. And thank you all for watching. If we need to go live again, like Tony said, we will. So keep it right here at Metro Weather Watch, and we thank you for watching.